Hello. Today we're gonna run through that there climbing tutorial. So the way he presents it is you could just climb on any surface, like a real Spider-Man kind of thing, just walking straight up walls. You can see the paths he leaves walking along it. But Connor and I were saying as we were setting up that it feels more like something you would put like as a designated area. Like here's vines you can climb up, or maybe I don't know about maybe a ladder, but a ladder would be more linear, I would think. Whereas a vine area, you could kind of go through it, or like in Boneworks, that like grippy surface you can grab onto,
Yeah, I
just
was
like
thinking about that.
climbable zone. But here he presents it as just you can climb everything, I think. So hopefully we could find some way to be like, is this climbable or is this not? And knowing him, I'm sure there is. But yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and work through it. Apparently, this one is like solely in the moving sphere blueprint, or moving sphere script, which makes sense considering we're just changing how the movement works.
Yeah, it doesn't look too long unless we try and do all the like trigonometry ourselves, which I do not intend on doing tonight.
Why is she so little? What the hell? Look how little she. I guess scales are up properly in when I actually hit play, but it's weird. Why that happen? What happened? Yeah, it's so weird. Its scales are back up as soon as you start playing, but in the inspector, she's just had a little. I guess whatever. So yeah, you could see I got. Oh god, the normals. Oh no. Well, whatever. You can see I got Julie's gun on her butt right there now that we made last jam. So it's just chilling there. Ignore the horrible normals. But yeah, we're gonna get to work on that.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I could show off a little bit of what I did with the. I just changed the colors a little bit, but
Oh,
I
of your
had a
gun.
problem. Yeah, I was trying to bake them into a material, but
Oh wait, hold on. I gotta readjust your screen thing.
let me see if it's even right. I forget. Yeah, actually, I don't know if I like it from this angle. I don't know, actually. I think I fucked it up in the end. It was supposed to look like real wood. Let me. Oh, right.
Oh yeah, and we don't have the TV up right now, so I could just hide that as well. There
Well,
we
never
go.
mind.
Never mind. Well, either way, I needed to. I'm sure
Yeah.
I'll need to cut to your screen at some point.
I had this looking really good last night, but I think I quit because I messed it up.
Just like the wood
The,
grain.
yeah, the wood grain. Shit. I gotta stop doing that.
I have a method for that in like pixel art, but if I was trying to do like realistic wood grain, I would struggle a lot more with it, I think. Let me see if any of these
Yeah,
even show
I'd
wood.
rather do it in a pixel art form.
Well, actually, I wouldn't even. It's not really even quite pixel art, but if you look like how I did it, I put it on your bench,
Oh, yeah.
so you could see I kind of just take a lighter color and draw it in there, and then I use the smudge tool, and just like scrub back and forth with it, and that I get like these really long strokes in there, and I try to get like deviation, weird little bumps that a wood grain would have. So it's not perfect, but it's just like a method I kind of made up. The hair,
I
I've just
remember
the
one
normals on
time
her
I
hair
saw.
is also really fucked up. I gotta fix that too.
Yeah, I noticed it. The hair kind of changed with the URP. Did you notice
It's,
that at all?
no, I didn't actually. Well, maybe it was because of the normals. I don't know. Yeah, look at
That could
that.
be it.
You could it just like disappears if you look right at them.
Yeah. I mean,
But
that's kind of hair does have some like, I guess, anisotropic
either
properties,
way,
but
it's an easy fix. I know how to do it. The gun too. I didn't even notice the normals until like just now. That's so annoying.
wait,
'Cause in
what
Blender,
normals?
on
Oh yeah.
like in Blender, it looks perfect, and then like, how do you do that in Blender? Can you show me that? Like, how do I check
What?
if the normals are
Oh yeah.
fucked up?
Um,
Because like here, it looks perfectly fine. You know.
go to in edit mode. Well, there's a couple ways. One, in object mode, you can just press face orientation.
Where's that?
Actually, wait, does that work in... Oh yeah, thank God I did this. They're flipped. That's under the viewport overlays. This thing that takes stuff away.
Face orientation. Oh, okay.
You can do that,
So
and
blue
then in
means it's facing outwards, and then red is inwards.
something like that. I honestly forget. I'm pretty sure that is how it is.
I guess so, yeah, because this handle is what looked fucked up. So then
Well,
I
either
go.
way, the one is that is more direct and that I like more because it doesn't show in object mode. If you go just in edit mode under that same thing and then click on normals,
Um.
the right one. There's
Well,
three
how
of
do I
them.
turn off the other one first?
Oh yeah,
There we go. Okay. I have to be in edit mode.
yeah.
This one.
No, it's the same one. Just it changes in edit mode.
Oh, okay.
And then you want to choose. I guess any of them technically work, but the third true normal.
It's the third one.
The third one, yeah.
How
And
do,
you can change the length, I guess. It's usually better just to do them really short.
how do I read this?
They're pointing out on the faces that are pointing out, and if they don't have one sticking out, that means they're pointing in.
Oh, okay.
That's why usually it's easier to do like really nubby ones like this, so you could like, so they don't go through the body.
Oh, and reappear.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. That's good. Because what I started getting to like the trial and error part where I would just look in Unity. I would have to import it into Unity, look at which faces were flipped, and then go back to Blender and just remember which faces it were and flip them.
Damn.
Because I didn't know how to do this. Okay. Do you want to like... What?
There's another way that I don't know how to do, but oh yeah, backface culling. In viewport shading. So like only in the first one, not the colored one. The like all white version.
The material preview or whatever?
Yeah.
Or viewport shading?
Yeah, drop down and then backface culling. And it shows what it would show like in Unity.
Oh. That's very nice. Okay.
Yeah, Unity just does that by default to like save on material calculation, I guess. And we could write a shader, or we could write like within our shader a thing that'll allow for both. But it's
Does that make it more
just,
expensive?
Yeah, it's generally just more expensive to have two sides to a face.
Yeah, and there's no reason for it.
Yeah,
we can design around it.
Design around that. Yeah.
Okay. This is convenient. So, I mean, do you want to read through that first section while I clean this up real quick?
Yeah. Okay.
Because I should be able to wrap this up pretty quickly.
So it's 8th installment. Number 1, climbable surfaces. Besides walking and climbing, besides walking and running, climbing is often an option though the degree of freedom varies from only on ladders to wherever you want. Oh. He's saying climbing. This sucks. I always read these wrong when I read them out loud.
Well, I remember doing like a whole thing on source ladders, so I think we were gonna have to do like a ladder day eventually as well. So
Yeah.
I'd imagine it's
I
probably
mean,
not.
it's the idea. It's the two different ladders are the ones where you can where you can just climb off them, or the ones where you're locked onto it and doing a climbing animation.
Yeah, and I don't know which one I like more. They're both kind of just there, I guess.
How do source ones work?
Those are the ones where you get locked into a rail, but like you just like forward and back makes you slide up and down now, kind of, depending on if you're looking up or looking down, and then you can
Oh
just
yeah.
jump off of them. So there's not a ladder animation. You can like shoot on ladders and shit.
Mhm.
Like you just slide up them, and I kind of like that. It's a fine, just like simple solution that doesn't mess around too much, you know.
Mhm.
Almost there. This is a lifesaver, honestly. I've been meaning to ask you about how to do this. I mean, I guess I could just Google it. I am a big boy, but like when you get stuck in, like you're just not thinking about that kind of shit, you know. You're just like, I just gotta get it done. I don't care, whatever.
Yeah.
I should just select all of these. Honestly, I think they're all flipped. Damn it. Okay, bam, 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 bam. Yeah. I don't know what to do about that, but it doesn't really matter because it's a missive, so. There's a handful of things that don't look great on this model if you have like lighting on it.
Mhm.
It's not too bad, but just like shit like this. Shit like the head thing.
I think that's like hard ops is meant to fix a lot of that stuff.
Maybe I should do a hard ops pass, yeah. Okay, well now I should be able to re-export. Export FBX, base, base. And then I come back here, delete that base, replace it with the new base. Bada bing, bada boom. Normals are fixed. Very nice. Okay. Okay, detour over.
Okay. Besides
So,
walking and running, climbing is often an option, though the degree of freedom climb or varies from only on ladders to wherever you want. As our movement is based on physics, we'll support climbing on all surfaces that we deem climbable. So the first step is to detect when we're in contact with such surfaces.
so it seems
So
like he's gonna do it first off. Like detecting if something's climbable or not is based on the angle of the wall, rather than like
yeah,
doing like a layer that's like is climbable or is it not climbable or whatever.
at first, yeah.
And then hopefully we'll be able to transition to saying like, is it at this angle and also is it a climbable surface? And if not, I mean, we could figure it out. We could just put a
Or
volume.
no, he's saying max climb angle. I think that means so that you can't go on the ceiling, right?
Well, yeah, I was saying it determines if you can climb on it or not based on the angle.
Oh, right, right.
So yeah, I think it's the same idea. Like in the forest, they need to do this tutorial. Remember in the forest, you could just climb on the ceiling of that cave.
No, I don't remember that.
I think I have a clip of it. It was me, you, and Jason were playing it, and we were just like upside down with like the climbing pick, just
Mhm.
climbing on the ceiling
Oh, right,
past
right. It
each
was a
other.
tool. I forgot the tool that did that. I don't know why. I thought of it as like Spider-Man style.
Yeah, we had the little thing to help us out at least. It would be in this video, I believe. Did I timestamp it? No, I didn't put any effort into the fucking like presentation of these videos. I really should have done more on that. Yeah, I think it's right in this section.
An experience.
Yeah, there.
You're on the ceiling. You're completely upside down now.
Yeah, this is probably the biggest hole.
Ever?
Oh! Baby.
Yeah, so we're learning to not do that. Okay. The most important property on a surface in the context of climbing is its orientation. If the surface counts as ground, then we can only just walk on it, so it shouldn't count as climbable. Steep surfaces are climbable, but that gets us only up to perfectly. What the fuck? Steep surfaces are climbable, but that gets us only up to perfectly vertical walls. Going beyond that, we get to overhangs, which are hard but less possible to climb up to a point. In the most extreme case, we end up hanging from the ceiling. Let's limit the climbing capabilities of moving sphere with a configurable max climb angle from 90 to 170 and a default of 140, with a bit beyond just a bit beyond a 45-degree overhang. We disallow climbing ceilings because that would represent hanging more than climbing. Although, maybe that's a pivot, Crush Bandicoot, you climb on the ceiling, monkey bars style. Yo, there should be monkey bars in the mall.
Oh yeah.
That would be
play a jungle gym.
that would be fun. I'm just gonna put monkey bars on the list.
Oh, should there be a train?
A train? Sure.
I was just thinking of like.
Oh yeah,
I
the.
forgot in malls there's always shit for little kids to play in.
That's very true, dude. You
I
fucking.
never would do that.
You stick your hand onto the train and then pop out your Heelys.
Yeah.
And you ride behind it. That's sick. Okay. I'm just gonna do quick notes. Heelys, train. There we go. Whatever. I'll decipher that later. I don't know. Should we
Maybe
not show
could you
that on
also just-
stream?
I don't know. It's up to you.
What were you saying?
For
though?
me, to me, there's only one real secret project.
Well, it's on there though.
Oh. Fuck.
No one saw it though. I took it off.
I just thought maybe like I just thought about the mall, like there should be kids around. I feel like there should be like there should be a kids to like show that you're being like a little shit.
Yeah, you're like, why can't you be like these kids?
Yeah, like kids on the train.
Should we limit it like you're not allowed to bully the other kids, or can you, like?
I feel like they
are
should
there laws
somehow
around
all,
that?
there should I think it should just be like they're somehow always protected. Like they're always with a parent or something.
Yeah, that's a smart design thing. Because in Skyrim, it's like you could just shoot a fucking kid in the head with like a hyper giga arrow, and it doesn't matter. It just gets back up. But is that like a lawsuit thing, or is that like just like a morals thing? Like, would you get like an adults only rating if you kill kids in your game or something like that? Like, why do people tiptoe around that?
I don't know if people tiptoe around that. Do people?
I can't think of. I mean,
around that?
I don't. I feel like there's not a lot of games with killable children. I mean, it's probably for the best, I guess, but
yeah.
not that I'm like lamenting the loss. But I do just wonder if there is like why, is there more to it other than just the moral problem? I guess.
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
I don't know. I don't know how much is actually limiting video game ideas. Like at the end of the day, it probably would just have to be like Steam or something that says we don't want to do that.
That's true. Yeah, because Steam has done that.
Yeah, maybe it's just like, oh, we want to be able to put this on Switch. I think at the end of the day, it's just distribution.
Do you have the stream up on your end?
No,
Okay.
I'll do that.
Well, you don't need to. I was just gonna say I have 11 warning signs right now already, so I'm just curious if the stream is just like awful right now. But also, was there another idea you wanted to put on before I?
No, it was just the kids thing. It just popped in my head.
Like a
We should
kids
have-
play area or something like that, or
Yeah, or
just
just,
have
like-
other kids roaming.
Yeah, have other kids in place. It just occurred to me, like in my head, you were the only kid the whole time.
Yeah, that was how I was thinking of it too. I did have some more ideas I put down on that, but we'll talk about that off stream. Yeah, for now, are you good to? Oh, never mind. You're checking the stream for still. Yeah. So. Blah, blah,
No,
blah.
yeah, it seems fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it
Let's
seems
get
fine.
moving sphere up. This is one thing I'm still so on the fence about on my known issues thing, is because like I have my animation or my jump. It's like on a slight delay because it has to play the animation first before you can jump. And I kind of like how that looks, and I don't feel like it's that bad. And also, it's a bigger delay when you're standing still, and then when you're moving, the delay is like way less. So I kind of like that it like incentivizes like move. That's another way to like make a move jump better than a stationary jump. But also, like every good platformer has like just an insta snap jump, you know, and that just
Yeah, that's
that
very
feels
true.
so much better. I feel like. But it's just weird because then I have to have the animation just be like, she just in the air like immediately like whoop. She doesn't like prep for the jump. I guess I don't know. That's
Maybe
something
maybe
we're gonna have to
games
go through
just
on.
maybe just have you might just have to make it like like extra short.
Yeah, trim it up a bit.
Because I feel like most games don't just send you straight in the air. There is maybe it's
Well,
it
yeah,
could
if you
just
look at
be,
like
a
Uncharted or
frame.
something,
Like, you
probably
could just
has
have
that.
it might just be like a pose or something. You know, like a single pose that you blend between instead of an it. I don't know.
Yeah, that feels more like it's on like the Uncharted side of the fence of like over realism as opposed to like the Mario side of the fence where it's just like what feels good, what's fun. And I feel like I want to go more towards the Mario side, I guess. But I mean,
Yeah.
whatever. I don't know.
Oh, I've been playing Dark Souls 3 and the roll is a lot more delayed than Sekiro's.
Well,
like,
do you
jump.
have like heavy armor on? Are you fat rolling?
No. I checked. Because the first time I did, I was like, wait, what the fuck? And I took off all the clothes and tried it.
Huh. Yeah,
It's
it's
a
not
little
quite the
bit more
same.
delayed.
Well, because it's a roll, and then Sekiro it's like a dash, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
And also it's because it's also your sprint in Dark Souls, but you have sprint and jump separated. It's a jump. You have shift, well, on keyboard at least. You have shift for running in Sekiro, and then jump is just jump the spacebar. He
Oh yeah,
pretty
you can
much
only
always
jump in Dark
jumps
Souls
up.
while you're sprinting, huh?
Yeah,
That's right. That's weird.
and it's also the roll button. So there's a bunch of
That's the worst thing about playing Dark Souls to me is like, and that's what I've fixed with my where is it? My Elite Gamer controller. It has these fucking paddles on the back that you could do, but like so on the controller, circle or B or whatever, just this button is the sprint. So when I'm running, I can't hold this and also turn the camera. So what I had to do is I'd do a claw technique where I'd hold it like this and then I would turn the camera with my right thumbstick. But now I could just bind it to this and then still do it. So now it's like solved that problem. But still,
Nice.
like I had that claw grip for like all the Souls games I've played because I always play with the controller. And that makes me
I'm
think
terrible with the controller.
maybe I should have been using the mouse and keyboard. I tried it and it felt so weird. and I just like couldn't do it, and I had to switch back.
Yeah, it was definitely weird.
There are very
to get
specific
used to.
games that I'll like swear by a controller on, but for the most part, it's better to use the keyboard.
For me, it's like purely it for racing games, but not even GTA because you have to shoot out the car in GTA.
Yeah.
So purely like games where you're racing or fighting games.
Um,
Fighting games I will swear by for controller.
Side scroller platformers for me. I can't play that with a keyboard.
It's either way for me.
There's another one I was gonna say that I like swear by controllers on, but I can't remember now. But yeah, whatever. Okay. Oh, and hello, Jesus. Sorry. We're working on climbing, so we're just getting started adding the climbing component of this tutorial. So we're gonna set up some serialized fields that just check what the max climb angle is.
And we're also gonna, excuse me, we're also gonna save the minimum dot product for climb. We do it for ground and stairs.
Oh, so we're doing the same thing now. We're just making another min climb dot product. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is one thing. The whole dot product thing is something I'm gonna have to come back to a few times to fully get, because I still don't really get that.
And I feel like it's fully related to your like turning thing. I feel like it's definitely going to be used in whatever like update rotation.
Oh, like method integrating.
Yeah. Because it gets the forward and the floor and returns something.
What is it's just like the medium between them or something? What?
Well, I always get it confused with the cross product.
Oh yeah, that's very understandable. That's probably why I haven't really internalized it.
Yeah, because I can't correct you.
Okay.
I truly don't remember. When we did it in school, we did the real way, I guess, which is you don't write dot product, you just calculate it, and you have to use like a matrix for that. So you have to learn how to use a matrix first. Like that's the whole class is just
matrices.
That.
I haven't really worked with that much. I probably will eventually though.
That was in, oh, what's it called? Whatever one is after Calc 3.
Oh, linear equations or differential equations?
Differential equations, yeah.
I don't think I have to take that, but we'll see. I don't know. Maybe one day. Okay, so he does address, what if we do want to climb ceilings like a spider? Climbing like a spider is more like walking everywhere, regardless of orientation. It would be best modeled by using local gravity for movement, pulling to the contact surface. This tutorial deals with climbing walls as distinctly different from normal movement. So he's saying if you wanted to climb on the walls like a spider, you should set the gravity to work like the box gravity, but only for you, basically.
Yeah.
And then you just
I think
walk.
that's what he's talking about.
That's a good point. I guess we'd have to figure out how to localize it.
He's saying this is different from gravity changing.
That's good. That's good. Okay. We'll detect climbable surfaces similar to how we recognize steep surfaces, but we'll keep track of a separate climb contact count and normal, which have to be reset in clear state like the others. What is the difference between a climb contact and a steep contact? Like they're going to be the same, right? I guess
no, because you'd want
be configurably differently.
Yeah, you wouldn't want you'd want to make some rocks not climbable. Actually, yeah. I don't know. I can't find my dot product. Never mind.
It's in unvalidate, yeah.
I don't know why I would like do serialized fields and then in the middle of it just like in between all the serialized fields. Just define a float.
Yeah, I need to organize that out too. I just have this gigantic block of all these definitions right at the top, and it's so like messy. I wonder if I could. Do you think? I guess no, you can't really do that. I was gonna say, do you think we could make a method to just encapsulate all those definitions and then just collapse it so it's not so bulky? But I don't think we could do that.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think these are for. Well, I think like. I don't totally understand serialized field as being different from public.
Same.
Because
Yeah. Well, I think what it is, it's that serialized field. You can do shit like range or make it a slider or make it a drop down. And with public, it just shows it like in the editor.
I feel like I heard or I read somewhere once something about serialized field making it like harder to access. Like from like a.
Well, you can't access it in other scripts if it's a serialized field. It has to be public and a serialized field to access it in other scripts.
I think it was like specifically for like hiding data against like to make it like harder to cheat, I think was how was it. But maybe I probably just misunderstood it now that I'm thinking back on it. That's how I understood it before, is like a. Because I think if you do public stuff, you can make it's easier to access.
That's another thing I thought about. If we ever do an online game, that's gonna be hard. Is like stopping cheaters.
Yeah,
they're gonna know game design better than we do. Like they're gonna know this shit.
I understand why people use like easy anti-cheat stuff.
Yeah, I would be very inclined to do something like that.
I wonder what cut they take, or like how much that costs.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, because it's probably just a plug-in.
You could also just try to enforce like an honor system. I don't want to say honor system, but maybe just have like a really strict reporting system rather than like something that detects cheats necessarily.
That's true.
It's probably not a good idea.
I just always think about the last time I went into TF2.
Oh wait, how recent was that though?
Like 2 weeks or maybe a month.
They've recently fixed it. Do
you
know what happened? Do you know the whole story of that? The TF2 source code leaked online. The whole game was just like available on the internet. So it just created this crazy phase of cheaters and like.
That's funny that I got in.
So
that's surprising.
You were in like this horrible era of like the cheating was the worst it's ever been.
I mean, it was very intense and cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was cool in the sense of like, it became like cheater versus cheater. So
well, that's
like,
what 2B2T is. That's one way of handling it as well. 2B2T is a server in Minecraft where you can do any hacks. It doesn't matter. Like hacks are completely allowed.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that before. I remember.
So that's another way to handle it. It's just like give them their little walled garden that they could just go ham in. But yeah, so apparently they fixed the TF2 thing, and like I think it was like 3 weeks ago, TF2 hit its peak all-time player count, like after they fixed it, which is fucking insane. Like TF2 has been out for so long, they just like the peak. It's still that big. It's nuts.
Oh shit! This is today news. No, it's not. It's July.
Oh,
this is last month's news on this day. Something I guess for Epic Game Store. Epic is if you publish on Epic, Easy Anti-Cheat is free.
Oh.
And they also have a
Epic exclusively though?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or well, actually, I don't know. That's a good question. But also they have a voice chat that you can implement like through the Epic Games like servers.
Honestly though, I would be so down if we got an offer for an Epic exclusive thing.
Yeah, of course. Like
it would suck, and I would be like upset that it happened, kind of. But I also wouldn't, because then you get the upfront funding.
Everyone already if it was. I don't know if it was anything else. probably not, but everyone has Epic, I feel like, at
Yeah,
this
it's a
point.
free launcher. It's not like you have to pay extra to get it or anything. And it's also like they just give you upfront money. Like you can just for sure say we will recoup our labor, you know?
Yeah,
Whereas with Steam, it would just be like, let's hope. If we got that opportunity, like we would have to fucking leap on that. That would be huge.
of course.
But whatever. Getting ahead of ourselves.
But yeah, this is cool that they have the voice servers. That's very cool.
Oh, so just like VoIP is just handled
Yeah,
in that
it's
as well.
the same. It says it's the same system used in Fortnite.
I mean, Fortnite's system is okay, I guess. That doesn't have like proximity chat though, does it? Actually, does it? Can you talk to your enemies, or is it just your team? I don't even remember.
I think I want to say it's just your team.
I'm
I
like
feel like I've
pretty firmly against that. I feel like every online game should be like Rust, which is just like
yeah.
just talk, like just keep it simple, you know.
Yeah, I wonder if they just like I wonder if Epic just bought like some failing Discord competitor
Oh yeah.
like a few years ago and then just set it up so that they could just open Discord calls like in a group.
Well, I've thought about this for a long time. I've always had this idea in my head of like how sick it would be if you could have a game where you enforce that everybody has to have open mic. You know what I mean? Like it would be really annoying and it sounds really stupid at first because like you'd have like the barking dogs and like crying babies and shit like that. But if you like you're like sneaking up on somebody with your team and you genuinely have to whisper to them and like keep down your
Yeah.
voice, like because when you're all in Discord together you have like perfect communication and the
If
other
you
team
just
doesn't know that.
what you'd have to do is make it so that this would be if you have like a Destiny 3 that is in VR and you have to and you have a Siri like an AI Siri thing over your shoulder floating around
Yeah,
like in Destiny.
and then you're just
Then
constantly giving commands to it.
yeah, you have to like actually give commands. I guess that's kind of that would be like people who can't talk just couldn't play the game, I guess though.
Yeah, it would be an accessibility issue because then like people who don't have a
Yeah.
mic or whatever. But yeah, that's what I mean. It's like a cursed
But if you did,
problem. It's something that isn't really solvable. It's just like an idea I've had in my head of like,
yeah, that's the problem I think with like replicating like negative things that can happen in the real world, I guess.
yeah,
Right, like having to whisper because you would be caught if you were overheard.
yeah. It's just funny to me to imagine like you're just out there and you could hear everyone's comms and everyone like communicating as if it was like a real open thing.
Mhm.
It just sounds like it's a good opportunity for like comedy, but again, it would be more bad than good, and there's a good reason
Yeah,
why
I mean,
nobody's done it.
yeah, I'm sure there's. It sounds like there's servers that you could go on in games where they enforce that.
Probably, yeah. Like
Or
Among
that's
Us
like
rules.
something a server could handle. Like Rust. I feel like there's probably Rust streamer servers where they're like, oh, you have to talk.
Yeah, you can't use Discord.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. Pull back. I got off topic.
Yeah.
Then in evaluate collision, if a contact doesn't count as ground, check for both a steep and a climb contact separately. Always use a climb contact's connected body, so it'll be possible for our sphere to climb surfaces that are in motion. That's badass. So you could do the Breath of the Wild thing where you grab the rock and then get
Yeah.
launched. I mean, it might just fly out of your hand, I guess, but it'd be cool if we can make it work.
Yeah. I mean, just being able to climb, like hold on to a moving platform is really cool because it wouldn't even have to be a platform.
Yeah, going back to the Bayonetta level we built earlier, like when it starts tipping over, then you just climb onto it and climb up the side, you know? That'd be a good time. Where is evaluate collision? There we go. So if up dot is there a minus there? It's like hidden by the... Oh yeah, there is. Okay. What did he even change then? Why is he crossing this out and redoing it? He just like did an indent on the else, it looks like. Oh, never mind. It's else.
It's two
if.
if statement now.
I see. Okay. Did he just remove the ground contact count one? Where's that?
Wait, where?
I gotta undo. I'm like confusing myself. The ground contact count one, it says if ground contact count equals 0. Oh, it's within. Yeah, okay, there it is. Yeah, I think I just didn't follow his formatting exactly right.
Oh.
So it just threw me off. So else if up dot. Okay. So if your up dot product is greater than or equal to your climb dot product, then increment climb contact count. Climb contact count is that plus the normal, and the connected body is the rigid body collision. We always had. Oh no, we just added the connected body thing. That's right. Okay. For now, we'll assume that we're automatically climbing if able. To check for this, add a climbing getter property, which returns true if there are any climb contacts. Okay, so yeah, this is the same as the on ground or on steep. Well, I rewrote these things into the different format because I prefer it. It's more readable to me this way. So I'm going to try to do the same thing. Okay, I think that's the same thing. Oh, there we go. He goes right into it. Unclimbable surfaces. Being able to climb everything isn't always desirable. We can constrain what's climbable by limiting it with a layer mask. We could add a dedicated layer for climbable things, or one for unclimbable things. As I prefer everything to be climbable by default, I choose the latter approach and added an unclimbable layer. So he's going the Breath of the Wild approach.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, I feel like I guess the Ocarina of Time approach is the opposite then, where it's like just the vines basically.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other games that, I mean, not to, we won't, let's not stop to
Yeah.
think, but
I'll add the layer as we're talking.
yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like there's something, oh, I'm thinking about Mario, like Super Mario Sunshine. You would do those things where you climb on a wire and then you like hang off the wire. You're like inside a cage.
Oh
You like
yeah.
hang off the wire. I feel like that's the same thing.
How do we add a new layer?
I think you just rename them. There's a bunch of empty ones.
Oh yeah, okay.
Or maybe I think there's also a number that you can change.
See, I have it to layer 12. Is that what one you have open? I think whatever. I guess it doesn't matter. Then we go to physics and then check what things are.
Oh wait, where are you? Where are you
Oh,
putting it?
project settings and then tags and layers.
Right.
And then I
Tags
put
and
it.
layers.
I put it at like I don't remember the number I just said. It doesn't matter. I don't think though.
I'm at 9. That's
So
weird.
just have everything unclimbable except stairs. Stairs should be climbable. Should they be?
I guess technically. Oh, I guess like the sides of stairs.
Why shouldn't you be able to climb that? That's bizarre. Whatever.
Probably because like if you put stairs in, you probably want people to use the stairs.
Add a climb mask configuration option. Configure it to
Oh,
be.
sorry. I know. It's so
What?
you don't. It's so you don't like you don't fire off like climbing while you're just like stepping up the stairs, right?
I guess so,
So you
but would
so
you
you don't climb it.
would you do that though? I mean, that's the same as walking up a slope. Like, wouldn't we have
If
to
you're
check for slopes as well?
maybe if the I don't know. Well, we have stairs angle separate.
I guess that's true.
We
I
deal
need
with
a
stairs
refresh on
really
that.
weird. I don't even know if like I guess we probably would do it the same way. I can't think of updates, but like I noticed in Dark Souls they don't do that. Like for some reason in Dark Souls I always thought you could interact with stuff and they like interact with the stairs differently, but they don't. You just like step up the stairs. Like each stair is a step. And you have like IK on your feet.
Okay, so climb mask. He has default, transparent FX, water, UI, agent, and stairs. I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter. Especially because we don't have any water right now.
Oh yeah. That's a default one though, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if that has to do with like passes of or no, it's just physics. So yeah, it's just physics passes. I guess that's cool. I thought that might have to do with rendering.
We now need to check the collisions layer twice and evaluate collision. So store it in a variable. So we create a variable called layer that is checking what layer the object you're colliding with is in. Okay. Then only include the climb contact if it isn't masked. So if up dot is greater than or equal to min dot climb product and all that, and it's climb mask and one is less than layer, doesn't equal 0. I don't know.
If
I don't know how to read that.
climb mask and the layer is 1, I'm pretty sure. Or is it less? Is that it?
I don't know why there's 2 less thans. I don't remember that notation.
Double less than layer unity. Sometimes people use it as like it's supposed to be pointing towards something. Oh, bit shifting.
Oh, I think we went through this actually.
Yeah.
So you're bit shifting layer 1 to the left. How, hmm.
Uh, I think it's one shifted with the layer, because like the way the bit mask works is like each bit is just 0 or 1, and if it's 1, then that's like each one represents a layer. Each bit is a layer. But then when you get layers, it doesn't spit it out as which bit it is. It spits it out as like layer 6 or whatever, right?
Okay.
So you're taking 1 and then shifting it over 6 so that it goes in the right layer slot.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah, okay. You're just making sure it goes in the right layer.
Yeah,
So you
you're
got to bit shift that
converting.
one.
Yeah.
I do remember us going over this before. It just didn't sink in as well as some other things have. Okay. Walking and climbing are very different physical activities. For example, if our avatar had a human shape, then each movement mode would have different animations, making it clear which mode is in use. To make the modes visually distinct for our simple sphere, we'll use different materials instead. Add configuration fields for a normal material and a climbing material. I use the current black material for the normal material, and I made a red alternative for the climbing material. So I'm going to just make a new light source. I'm going to turn the lights back on. I forgot I did that. I disabled all that. But you should do the sphere thing for now. Just because I don't want her to be switching her material constantly. So I just turn the light back
Yeah.
on, and then I add another state that checks if climbing. Else if climbing color equals, I got red, green, and cyan.
Oh wait, I'm missing something somewhere.
I'll just do white, I guess. I'm missing something somewhere.
Yeah, I'm missing a. Oh, there we go. All good.
Was it just like a bracket or something?
Yeah. I need to make sure there's so many definitions now. I can't even see
Yeah, it's a pain.
where I'm putting stuff.
Is this movement variable even used anymore? I don't think it is. Yeah, I don't need any of this shit. But yeah, we didn't do this on stream, but it was, I think, 2 days ago. We were in here, just in the Discord together, trying to figure out how to stop my character from facing the direction of... Well, basically the way I set it up is I could just show it real quick. But you can see, like, she faces the direction she's moving in, you know, rather than, like, the direction of the camera. And the problem was... Oh, I just realized she is, like, swimming. I don't know why the sharp feet are sinking into the ground. Whatever, I'll fix it later. But the problem is, like, once I stopped moving, her velocity would go to 0, which means she would face 0, 0, which was back here. So every time you stop moving, she would just go, like, bup, and just, like, snap back to that direction over and over. And a way around that I found was it would only track it if you were moving, but that meant when you jumped, the same thing would happen, but it didn't happen when you were walking around, but when you jumped it would. And also if you're standing on a moving platform like this, she would turn to face the direction that the platform was moving in automatically, just because, you know, that's her velocity. So we spent like fucking like 6 hours just drilling that to finally get it fixed. And we got it figured out. So now that doesn't happen. I think I'm just gonna skip all the mesh renderer shit.
Okay, I'm just now putting in the material.
Okay, I'm gonna see if my climbing thing even works. Well, what's the difference between a climbing surface and a steep?
Doesn't the steep make you not snap? Was that it?
I don't know. I just, it doesn't work because it just turns green because I'm on a steep surface the whole time.
Just look at whatever we do for steep.
God damn it. Ugh.
Okay. Should be fine. I guess I gotta set something to be not climbable though. Oh, wait. Layer.
Guess I'll make this wall not climbable. The yellow wall. Hmm.
Yeah, the layer detection works.
Maybe it has to do with how I do this, because I have the on steep check first.
Oh yeah, actually mine is fire. Mine is not working right. Unless does default have unclimbable in it? I think I messed that up.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
think it was everything but stairs. I think, and unclimbable. I I remember stairs being the only thing unchecked.
Oh, and then you have to add unclimbable layer to probe mask. That's what I forgot.
I guess another thing too is he doesn't have that check up already before. So yeah, it works. Oh wait.
No, it's already in there.
No, yeah, it's working. It's just that
From-
cyan and white are way too similar.
So this is supposed to be when you're on something that's unclimbable.
No, well, it's supposed to light up when you're on something that is climbable, I thought.
Oh. Then maybe I'm just on the wrong wall. I think I am. Default? No, this is supposed to be unclimbable.
Let me check mine too. Mine seems to be working.
Yeah, this says unclimbable in the layer, so
Let me check one more thing and then I'll full focus on your part. Let me just make sure mine is like fully working before I try to like
oh no,
advise on yours.
it'll turn red whenever, or wait. Right now it turns red whenever
Just-
climbing is true.
So
Did
mine,
we made climbing?
yeah.
Oh right.
So mine is just red when you're standing on something on ground, blue when you're in the air, green when you're on something that is not climbable but you're on a steep still. So that's right here. I turn green if I'm on a steep but it's not a climbable steep, and then I'll turn white if I'm on something that is climbable. So you see it, 'cause I made that yellow wall unclimbable. So you can see it generally works. So what is specifically the problems with yours right now?
It's just not detecting unclimbable. It's
Um,
climbing, right, but I think it's because
what did you
it
set
has
up
something
a
to do with climb
a
mask.
debug log to see if climb is actually like being
Well, it's
fired
turning
properly?
blue. It's changing. It only changes like one or the other based on if climbing is true or not.
Do your climb mask settings match these within your player character? I have them open, so if you just look on my stream.
Sorry. Oh, you ignore unclimbable?
Oh yeah.
Is that the point of it?
Well, he had very specific things picked, and I just copied what he had picked, so I can't say I fully get it.
Oh yeah, no, he does. Okay. So that is a lot. Okay, it's a much simpler thing than I thought it was. That's good.
So it sets up so you can also not climb things that the camera ignores, which is kind of weird. I guess the camera would only ignore. I don't know.
It would just be, yeah, your camera would ignore shit that you probably couldn't climb, like enemies. Although it would be cool, I guess, if we could climb enemies.
Uh, that's a good idea. Well, I was thinking
That's
of really
just
good.
Shadow of the Colossus. That's how they made that game.
Oh, that's true.
I
Yeah.
guess it would be cool if we could like climb enemies.
I was thinking
It's
it'd be
gotta
really easy to
be
do
big,
secret
right?
areas if you just make a wall that is like only you can see through it with the camera, you know?
Oh yeah.
So you just kind of like pop through and you're like, oh, there's something here, you know? And then you gotta like, then you know to like hit it or something. It's like an illusory wall. Okay, well, are we good then? Or do you still have you fixed it yet?
Oh wait, yeah, I haven't actually. I gotta take it out. Oh.
Oh. Everything's okay. There you
Still
go.
turns blue.
It's supposed to turn blue when it's climbable, right?
This is unclimbable.
Oh, you sure?
Yeah.
So it's just backwards, I guess.
No, it's doing both. It works for both. Climbable and unclimbable.
Oh, so it lights up if it's a climbable surface, and just if so, it's just an on steep
It's
light, basically.
yeah. Well, no, it's here. It's
That's not how mine
I
works.
traced it back. It was I set climb mask right. Do I use climb mask? I forget where I use it. Oh
Yeah, I'm pretty
no,
sure
I
we
use
use
it
it.
here. Maybe not. Wait,
Yeah, you
maybe I
use it
put
in
it in the wrong
evaluate
place.
collision,
Evaluate collision, yeah.
and it's under that else, under up dot.
Oh, it's an else?
Well, it's if up dot is greater than or equal to min dot, and then there's an else, and then there's an if inside of that else, and there's an if in that if, and then there's an if in that
Oh, I
else.
put it outside. I put it too far out.
So
I
that
put it in the
the
wrong
if that
spot.
climb mask is in is within the else above
I
it.
put it in that up dot before.
Okay. Yeah, that fucked
That's a
me up.
mistake.
I had to sit there and keep looking at that because I couldn't figure out what where it's
Yeah,
supposed to go. The
I
structure of that.
fixed this first part and then went back and didn't actually complete it until later, so then I lost my place. So it's oh wait, I put minimum. Wait, so am I even looking in the right spot? It's in this climb. Oh, yeah. Yes. Wait. Okay.
Did something else fuck up?
I keep accidentally pressing either Control A when I mean to do Control S, or I press Control B when I want to do Control V.
So now it should not light up when you go on that wall, and then the other wall it should light up. That's the idea.
Yeah. I gotta move it closer. Still does.
Is that the unclimbable one?
Yeah.
Okay.
It has to do with. See, if I go up here, it's fine because this
That's
isn't
just
activating
ground.
climbing.
Yeah.
So it has to do with right before that.
Oh, did you So
It's
do you think it has to do
where
with the
does climb?
material?
It's climb contact true, or climb contact is greater than 0. So maybe did I climb contact greater than 0 and it should be and climb mask and layer are not one. Maybe climb mask is supposed to be -1.
Well, do you think it's possible it's a problem with the material rather than with like the climbing boolean itself?
I don't think so, no. Why do you think so?
Just an idea.
Well, it's changing the color. Like it's too right now it's not like we're not changing one material. We're just switching between two materials.
Yeah,
So
but
if
I'm
the
just saying
colors
maybe the
change, then this.
condition, like the condition as to when it changes the color, might be off.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
That's more what I meant than rather than like the actual
Yeah.
material itself. Because I didn't do that
Mesh
part.
render. We just say material is. I mean, but the only line for it is just if climbing is true, do climbing material. If it's false, do normal material.
Okay, and
So
you
it
just
is
copied that.
switching, and we also know. So like that tells us that climbing is also switching correctly.
Yeah. So it's just
It's
not
just
detecting what is and isn't climbable.
Yeah, it's just miscalculate or misdoing this unclimbable misdoing.
So let's check um,
It could.
physics. Are these the same? Or is our layer collision matrix the same? Everything under unclimbable is checked except stairs.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, and then unclimbable is checked. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then within your player under the inspector, your climb mask, we copied that, so it's the same. So you should have default transfer
Oh,
to FX.
wait. What? No.
What happened?
I did probe mask. I did the probe mask.
Oh
Probe
shit!
mask should be everything, right?
I have that to mixed. I have that everything, but
Oh,
mixed is. Do you want me to just read it off?
I'll look.
I have it open on my stream. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't even changing climb mask.
Oh, okay. That's simple.
I didn't think about it. For some reason I thought they were all the same, but damn it, I didn't do it. I didn't move myself closer or
Still
make
have to
myself faster.
make this long
There we
trek.
go. It works.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I wasn't used to the multiple masks.
So do
I,
you
I
want to get the
barely paid
probe
attention
mask?
to the stairs.
The probe mask settings back to the default?
Oh yeah. Um, default transport. Okay. And what about is stairs mask just default?
Stairs mask is just stairs.
Oh, okay.
It shouldn't even be default. You should uncheck. Yeah, there you go. Okay, cool.
Oh no. I somehow made my velocity and desired velocity serialized fields. I gotta look
I
at
think
that.
I did that because you copied my script that one time, remember?
Oh, it's just that they're public.
I want to get these wall run animations working. Like when I use it in the one specific scenario that it works, I really like how it looks and feels. But it's just like it's so annoying how it just fires anytime you bump into a wall, or it doesn't like flip relative to where you're facing. Like there's a lot of problems with it. I also noticed I did a little bit of a study on Mario Odyssey. You see how like when I jump next to the wall, she just automatically grabs and slides it. If you do this in Mario Odyssey, it doesn't. You don't slide against the wall unless you're running into it.
Oh, okay.
So here I should just. I mean, should. There's not a right answer, but you know, I should just jump, and then if I push into the wall, then it does the slide animation. So that's something else I gotta delve into.
Yeah, I think something that's missing for me is I don't really. I feel like I want to be able to get better at like interpreting player input. You know, like being able to do. I mean, it's annoying in Dark Souls, but it is like pretty impressive that you can get 3 moves out of 1 button
That's one
just
thing.
based on like the timing of it.
When I was
The
playing
timing
Mario,
is interesting.
that's relevant to what I noticed when I was playing Mario Odyssey, was that like I came back to it and immediately was like I knew exactly how to play that fucking game, and it had been a while since I'd played it. I haven't played it since like fucking since it came out. I like binged through it and then I stopped playing it, and then I picked it back up and immediately felt like it was like riding a bike. That's like the best fucking control system. Okay,
Wake up,
well,
boys. Wake up. Wake up. Don't go to sleep.
you're trying to keep him away.
Wake up. Wake up.
That's a fun game. That's the whole game.
Wake up a bunch of boxes in the corner.
Yeah. Do you want to try to get actual like?
Wake up.
Wake up. Do you want to try to get actual like climbing set up now, or do you want to just leave it at the having the conditions set and then we can change it from there? You know. I guess basically, do you want to end it now?
I guess I am pretty hungry. I could do this all, I guess. I feel like we're not that far away, but we could just run into more problems from the end. If you go to the end, it's really not that far.
I feel like
But I
that's
also
still
am.
a lot.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm used to. We had some really long ones before.
Yeah. Because I mean, if you look
Yeah,
at how
and
much
this
we
is
got done, you know.
yeah, and this is much more complicated stuff. This is the movement.
I mean, I'm down to if you want to keep it going. Either way, what's gonna happen is we'll end it here, and then I'll start working on the wall run thing probably.
Oh, okay.
So it's just like I'm indifferent.
I was trying to think. What was Oh, right. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah, I think we can just call it. We're over an hour.
Yeah, we're at hour 20, so
Yeah,
we'll call it there.
I started getting really hungry right when we started.
I'll after we end the stream, I am gonna stay a little bit just to explain that idea that I had, but either way, I think we could call it there. You know, that's a wrap on that chunk. So when we come back tomorrow, so today we got the logic set up for just detecting what is a climbable wall, what isn't a climbable wall. There's no actual climbing yet, but when we come back here tomorrow, we'll get to the point where we actually start sticking to walls, you know. And I think this will be helpful for me to see as well, because I also want to change how wall running works currently, and I feel like it'll be like a hybrid of this in a way. So I don't necessarily want it to be the same as just climbing. I want you to have like, you know, like you have your jumping arc, and then if you had like your wall running arc, it'd be much further. Like you can get further if you wall run. As of right now, it doesn't do that at all. You just slide along the wall. But if you could make it,
Oh, yeah.
my first idea was to make it so that like if you're on a steep, you have a little bit of upward velocity applied to you, just not enough that you're like floating, but enough that it slows down your descent, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my first idea I was gonna try. But yeah, that is exactly the same as if I would have just jumped right there. There's no difference if I'm on the wall or not. So I would like to change that as well. And I'd also would like it so that you kind of stick to the wall while you're wall running, you know? Like you could get off by just jumping.
Yeah.
But whatever, you know. A lot of systems, a lot of stuff to work on.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, like, we're just writing moving sphere. We're not writing, like, you know, a Hangler movement.
Yeah, we're getting
That'll
there.
be a script that starts from 0, probably.
That's one thing is somebody tweeted, because I tweeted out just like a sample of the movement system, and somebody responded saying like how much they like Catlikecoding's tutorials and all that, and they also mentioned that they wish that he would have added like climbing over a ledge animations, kind of, or just climbing over a ledge in general, because right now if we did the climb animation, we would just go up and then just kind of get over the edge, you know.
Yeah.
But if there was like a hook, you know, like that's gonna be a whole thing of its own. It's playing a little animation where you actually climb over the ledge.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was like you just wouldn't be able to do it with a sphere. I feel like you need something to like detect.
Yeah,
when
that
you
would be
hit
a
corner.
that'd be an advanced body part of it probably.
Yeah, when he said complex body, could he be just taught? I feel like he's
He
gonna
did say
abstract it.
humans. He said
Oh,
human.
okay. That's good. But even then, that's probably
Who knows? I mean,
that'll
when
be
was that
cool.
last updated? You know, like how long ago did he say that? Is that even something he's like, actually thinking about at all anymore?
I don't know.
That's what I'm kind of worried about.
Yeah, I mean he updates regularly, which is cool.
Yeah, so I'm also probably gonna have to set up like a is wall runnable layer. But what I think I'm gonna do is I think we'll run through the whole climbing thing, and then I think after we're done with climbing, I'll duplicate all the climbing code we have, and then just make a new state called like wall running that has very similar logic, but it's just like, is this a wall runnable surface rather than is this a climbable surface? So I think I might put the wall running stuff on hiatus for a bit, because I feel like I'm going to learn a lot from the climbing. I don't know though. We'll see.
I forgot he wrote a whole custom SRP 15. He wrote
Is that a render
basically
pipeline?
uh yeah, or it's number 15 of his custom SRP. Yeah, it's like a scriptable. You like script out how it deals with light and stuff, but he made it exactly like Dreams. Like he got that wispy look from Dreams.
Oh, weird.
He put it out right when it was coming out, I believe.
He did that? He did do that on purpose?
Yeah, yeah. It came out like pretty. I have it right here. Where'd it go? Damn. Oh. Yeah, it came out November 2020.
Okay.
Look, it looks exactly like it.
Oh yeah, that's a cool look. I don't know about for characters, but for environments, that's like, because like in Dreams, I feel like there's a lot of games where like everything is that,
Yeah.
and I feel like I don't know if I'm as down with that specifically, but it still is a very cool look.
Yeah, I think it's just impressive that he even figured out how to do it, because I don't get how. Oh man. Right. This is actually something I would like to. This one maybe I'll do on my own sometime. This series, the custom SRP.
Oh weird, look, because I made this wall not climbable, the camera also ignores it now.
Oh yeah.
All right, but yeah, I guess the ultimate roadmap is just, for me at least, is just I just want to get a fucking character movement system down that I'm like super confident in, and I can just throw all these weird scenarios at it, and it'll just fucking eat them up, And then I could start moving on to mechanics, like do twists on that base character system. Because the more I understand that system, the more cool concepts I'm going to be able to come up with, like tangent to it. But yeah, I mean, I think we can just call the stream there.
This is the thing that I tried to do so dumb
What do you mean?
before. The thing where I had multiple cameras.
Oh yeah,
He has a really smart way of doing it.
that's good.
Damn. Yeah, I feel like I gotta do these. Last time I tried it, I just didn't understand Unity enough. I probably still don't.
I feel like you'll come out of that on the other side like completely changed, man.
Yeah.
There's so much.
Yeah, and then this one for pixel look, like for true pixel look instead of like a scaled down thing.
All right, well, thank you all for watching. We're gonna end the stream here and probably keep working on shit, but we'll see. We're gonna take a break here. It's not too late. It's late enough that we should call the stream, but it's not too late that we're gonna whatever. Goodbye. Say goodbye to the people.
Oh, goodbye.